Operation Wetback: Mexican immigrants aboard a United States Border Patrol truck in California for mass deportation to Mexico, El Centro, California, June 1954. Wedding Bikini, 1968. Two clowns. Pamela Anderson in the 1990s. Britney Spears' 1998 photo shoot before she shot to superstardom. Men sleep on the floor of a New York City homeless shelter. In 1886, the fee for sleeping indoors was 5 cents a night. Circa 1886. Young women wearing their disco finest, 1970s. Veterans of 4 different wars from the same town of Geary, Oklahoma, 1940s. Dean Martin and Frank Sinatra, 1958. Brigitte Bardot, 1965. United States First Lady Eleanor Roosevelt meeting with infamous Dominican dictator Rafael Trujillo and his wife Bienvenida, 1934. London, 1937, a policeman protects children from the rain. A holidaymaker on Barry Island sleeps in his deck chair as the tide comes in. Cardiff, Wales, 1936. Owners and employees of a sporting goods store stand guard outside with baseball bats after the store on New York City's Upper West Side was looted during massive power failure, Wednesday night, July 13, 1977. Flying saucer gas stations, Soviet-era's futuristic fueling stations of the late 1970s and early 1980s. A Marine with the 7th War Dog Platoon, 25th Marine Regiment, takes a nap while Butch, his war dog, stands guard. Iwo Jima, February 1945. John Fitzgerald Kennedy poses on the lawn outside the Kennedy family home in Hyannisport, Massachusetts, circa 1932, at around aged 15. Spring leg is similar to resistance bands in this day and age. Cabaret Girls in Nice, 1900. Flood on the Neglinaya River, 1959, Moscow. A soldier's legs buckled when popular actress Linda Darnell asked him to dance. 1940s. September 1964. Malcolm X meets with PLO in Egypt just after his Gaza visit. Brad Pitt and Edward Norton on the set of Fight Club 1999. A young boy in a SA uniform, Berlin, 1934. Brothers and Barnum and Bailey Circus, 1924. Alicia Silverstone during the 90s. Two young boys laugh and steal items from a vendor's pushcart on Hester Street in the Lower East Side, 1895. British veterans of the American Civil War, 1917. Private Esther Garcia, the first Mexican-American from Fort Worth to sign up for the Women's Army Corps, 1945. Multi-fruit mask. Heather Graham, 1989. Countess Marie-Louise von Larisch-Wallersee and her niece Archduchess Marie Valerie in a studio photo shot in Budapest, 1880. Bashi Bazooks. A Philips refrigerator from 1956 with a built-in radio. Nazi propagandist Julius Streicher, publisher of Der Stürmer. He was the first person to be found guilty of inciting genocide. It was found that Streicher's articles were so incendiary that they had made him an accomplice to murder. Germany, 1945. The world's smallest Sinclair microvision television with a 2-inch screen, London, 1966. Sophia Loren, 1954. An 1875 image of Frederic Auguste Bartholdi, the creator of the Statue of Liberty, posing with a visitor while the statue was under construction inside a Paris studio. Before the arrival of drones, they did aerial photography using any means they could find. 1952. Joe Rogan in 1993. James Hetfield, Fred Durst, Marilyn Manson, Ozzy Osbourne. Missy Elliott was most likely creating one of her many masterpieces in a studio in New York City in 1998. Police removed the body of a black man who died during the 1919 Chicago race riots. Dian Fossey, a prominent ethologist and conservation advocate. Rwanda, 1980s. Women's shooting team. Philadelphia, Pennsylvania, United States, 1925. Apaches deliver hay to American settlers, Arizona, 1893. German civilians watch a formation of American M60 tanks during exercise Reforger, 1982. Kathy Geiswhite and her cartoon, Kathy, 1982. The crew votes for Stalin, 1944. The Lancaster is believed to be from 463 Bomber Squadron, Royal Australian Air Force. Adolf Hitler declaring war on America, December 11, 1941. Einstein off the coast of Bermuda on June 6, 1935. Bound for the Klondike Goldfields, Chilkoot Pass, Alaska. Bellini making the Conchone leap from his rope into Niagara River, New York, 1873. A French woman cavorting with members of Hitler's SS in bars and cabarets. The Great Chicago Fire, 1871. The Great Blizzard of 1888 dumped 40 to 50 inches on New York City and New Jersey. It left behind this giant snow pile in the middle of the Big Apple. Future bed for a young couple with cutting-edge gadgets, 1980s. (1930) construction of the Empire State Building. First Miss Soviet Union beauty pageant, 1988. Monica Bellucci at Cannes in 1997. Linda Blair with a stuffed Tigger doll around 1976. Navajo herder, 1930s. Pamela Anderson, early 1990s. Shirley Temple preparing a turkey, 1930s. Jane Seymour in the 1970s. Monica Bellucci, 1988. Alfred Hitchcock on the set of Frenzy Ord, 1972. (1967) Kentucky Fried Chicken ad with Jerry Lewis and Colonel Sanders. First photo of the Inuit during an Arctic expedition, 1854. A boy cooks corn at his home, New Mexico, 1940. Motorcycle racer, United States, 1930s. President Theodore Roosevelt pays a visit to Yellowstone, 1903. Raquel Welch in Cabo in 1982. She was 42. Fringe hairstyle from the 1980s. Mother and her two children listening to the radio, Kharkiv, Poland, 1932. Natalie Portman in 1999. Downtown Anchorage, the collapse of 4th Avenue near C Street due to a landslide caused by the earthquake. Before the shock, the sidewalk on the left was at street level with the one on the right. Alaska, 1964. One many displays designed to brief youngsters on the fundamentals of atomic energy. This one demonstrates relative weight. Adamsville was the AEC's exhibit for children at the World's Fair Hall of Science Pavilion. New York City, 1964. Strongman Eugen Sandow, considered the father of modern bodybuilding, 1900. A housewife plans to start a fire using banknotes, Germany, 1923. The Kennedy children sit aboard a boat on the shore of Sandy Beach in Cohasset, Massachusetts, sometime in 1923 or 1924. Boeing Air Transport Stewardesses, 1930. Detroit Riot, 1967. African-American store owners protecting their store with rifles. Young and sassy Yvonne Craig in the early 1960s. New York Elevated Railroad, 42nd Street, circa 1870s. Anne Margaret totally rocking it out on her bike, 1969. Men wait on a breadline in New York City, 1932. The same motorcycle, the same place, and the same girl, 71 years between photos. Julia Roberts, 1990. Ernest Hemingway loved cats and named all his pets after famous people. The cat in the photo is named Christopher Columbus. There's a young 24-year-old Benny Hill, and the year is 1948. Harold Stassen signs the UN Charter on behalf of the United States, 1945. Sisters playing ping pong at their New York City convent, 1989. The whipping post pictured above was put into use around 1885 at the Baltimore City Jail, where until 1938, many of those convicted of wife beating were punished. A view from inside an armored train, Chaplino Station, Dnipropetrovsk region, 1918. United States Navy Corpsman Vernon Wilk with a mortally wounded Marine near Khe Sanh in April 1967. Demi Moore, 1993. A Papuan Fuzzy Wuzzy Angel, guiding an injured Australian soldier home, 1942. A Pawnee Family, 1889. Tokyo Punks in 1980. Vintage glossy photo of the Three Stooges in Nazi garb from You Nazi Spy in 1940. Exercise device in 1950. Bruce Willis, 1989. Sabrina Salerno, 1980s. Melanie Griffith and Her Pet Lion, 1970s. David Bowie and Joan Jett in 1989. Aishwarya Rai, Bollywood actress and Miss World 1994. A cow carries 7 children to school as claimed in the original caption. Okanagan, Washington, 1907. Young John Fitzgerald Kennedy. The Kennedy clan in the 1930s in Hyannis, Massachusetts. Mechanical Bull in 1928. Cillian Murphy as a young child in the 1980s. A soldier tells a man to back up during the race riots in Chicago in 1919. The soldiers were in place to keep white people in their own districts. Terry Hatcher in the 1990s. Ava Gardner taking a selfie in 1947. Coca-Cola workers manually filling and inspecting bottles at a bottling plant in Bern, Switzerland, 1949. Stuttgart, 1945. The city is captured and graves are left behind. Here, a grave marked by a broken rifle used as a cross with a photograph that at least made identification possible. Post-mortem photo of Marilyn Monroe, August 1962. Dudley Foster weighed just 2 kilograms at age 5. Soviet Special Forces training. A soldier manages to throw a hatchet at a target in a somersault. Claude Debussy in 1911. Actress Shelley Duvall on her wedding day marrying artist Bernard Sampson, July 7, 1970.